am a massage therapist. I specialize in sports injuries, fascial techniques. I work at a chiropractic clinic and we work alongside a sports medicine clinic. And I'm currently studying to be a holistic nutritionist. When I was younger, my vision of my future was kind of along the lines of what I initially got into. I really wanted to be a sports therapist. I'm very big into sports. I love watching hockey, football, baseball, soccer, and I really wanted to be one of those trainers who ran on the field and put their shoulder back into joint and taped them up and made sure that they went back on the field and played the rest of the game. And I thought that was just such a cool job. But then the reality was that it was very, very taxing on my body. We did some work with the Pan Am Games last summer. We were volunteering on the sidelines, and it's very strenuous when these athletes need your attention 24/7, and my health was suffering from it, and that was a big eye-opener for me as well, is that, yeah, it was fun at the time, but then when my health and my well-being was getting dragged down from it, that's what kind of got me away. Like, my passion was kind of gone from it. It wasn't the dream job that I always thought it was gonna be. So what I've been doing now is I've been teaching and educating people on proper nutrition, supplementation, living a healthy lifestyle. A lot of people don't realize how important it is nowadays to live a healthy lifestyle and have proper nutrition and supplementation into their life in order to feel better, look better, not have all these joint pains. Like, a lot of my clients were coming in with severe joint pains and unable to walk properly. You could just see it through them that they were just so unhealthy. So I just want to educate people and get them away from that chronic disease and the pain and suffering. What brought me to go back to school again and study to be a holistic nutritionist, because I wasn't truly passionate about what I was doing. I was going into the clinic every day. It was long hours. I was treating people and I liked seeing different injuries, but the same people were coming back time after time. And it's not that the treatments weren't working, it's just there were so many underlying things, not just the injury in particular. It was nutritional deficiencies, mineral deficiencies that were causing these chronic aches and pains. And another thing was, say someone came in with a knee injury, for example, we were correcting the knee injury, but then they were coming in a couple months later with the same injury because they were having all that excess weight bearing on that knee, and the knee just wasn't strong enough in order to hold that weight. So we were just spinning our wheels and we weren't really getting anywhere. So what I really wanted to do was coach them and get the weight off and get them feeling better, so that when injuries do happen, because accidents happen, that we can get them back on their feet and then we won't see them again for a long time until another fluke accident happens, not this chronic pain. So from the seminar, I just really wanted people to know that there's many aspects of health. It's physical, mental, spiritual, intellectual. There's so many aspects. We only really talked about the physical today, so that's why I'd love for people to come back and hear more. But I just want people to know that just because you work out once a day or you eat healthy here and there, it doesn't mean you're optimally healthy. It's a combination of everything, mental well-being, your interactions with other people, your friendships, your family, your relationships. Everything plays a part in being ultimately healthy, and a lot of people don't realize that. So that's why I really want to coach people and let them know that it's more than just physical health. I'm going to be talking about living a healthy life today. So what does a healthy lifestyle mean to you? Is my question for you. I'm sure everyone has a different image in their head of what a healthy lifestyle would look like to them. There are 5 areas of health. There's physical health, emotional health, social health, intellectual, and spiritual. Physical health. So physical health is related to areas of fitness, nutrition, supplementation, rest, and elimination of all toxins of the body. Social health is cultivating and sustaining relationships with friends, family members, peers, co-workers, and also having confidence. Intellectual health is setting goals, whether if it's achieving a certain career, completing some kind of education, or hitting different financial goals. Spiritual health is a belief or faith in something greater, or an understanding and fulfilling your life purpose. So physical well-being is when your body functions and is designed to function at its full potential, so free of disease and any kind of abnormality. Physical well-being has 3 different key factors. So that's physical activity, nutrition and supplementation, and rest and elimination of toxins. So I'm repeating myself a few times because I really want this to set in, that these are the 3 key factors in order to being optimally healthy. So physical activity. Physical activity doesn't need to be overly strenuous on the body. And working in my field, I see that all the time. People are overtraining. They're tearing ligaments and joints, and it doesn't have to be that rigorous. Even just getting out 30 minutes a day, walking the dog, doing any kind of physical activity is gonna better your overall health. Everyone should incorporate different types of activity as well, whether if it's strength exercises, endurance training, or flexibility. Strength exercises could be something in the gym, even yard work is strength exercise. A lot of people don't realize that doing things like that will help you out. Endurance, it doesn't have to just be running on a treadmill. You could walk when you golf, play soccer, play some kind of extracurricular team building activities, even baseball. Flexibility is huge. A lot of people don't realize how important flexibility is. A lot of the times working in the clinic, I'll see elderly patients come in and they're walking and they're shuffling, and it's because their hip flexors are so tight. They haven't stretched in years. That's their permanent gait, that's what their body's used to, and no matter what we do, we're not gonna be able to strengthen them back out. So if you keep doing either yoga or daily stretches, things like that, it's gonna prevent from you turning into those positions or getting those holding patterns or those gait patterns at such a young age. I'm sure a lot of you know of like people who are in their 60s who walk like that and struggle with their gait and have really bad posture, and it's due to not being flexible. So my recommendations is minimum of 30 minutes of physical activity a day. Nutrition and supplementation are the most important factors to be optimally healthy. Know what you're putting in your body and make sure you're always reading the food labels. I'm sure a lot of you go grocery shopping and you never look at the food labels. You just throw anything in your cart that you see that entices you or has a nice branding or logo on the front. But really read the food labels because you want to know what you're putting in your body. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the supplement industry. I have a lot of background in the supplement industry. I was a sponsored athlete for a few years, so I was sponsored by a few different supplement companies. I've been to a lot of the labs and I've seen the manufacturing process of a lot of their products, and it's really sad to see. I actually had to resign from some of my contracts because I didn't believe in what was in their product. And it was one of those things where I wasn't taking the product myself because of the content that was in it. So why would I want my face to be on something that I didn't truly believe in? So always know what you're putting in your body. Always read supplement labels as well. Make sure that they have the macro and micronutrients that they claim on the label. So for example, like a protein powder, a lot of them will say proprietary blends. So there's a lot of ways that they could hide different fillers when they claim that it's a proprietary blend. A lot of it's starch, sugar, flour, any kind of like filler food. When it says any kind of proprietary blend, and then it says whey protein isolate is the first, but then it's just a whole bunch of fillers, natural flavors, gum, sweeteners, things like that. So when I went to some of these labs, when I was a sponsored athlete and I wanted to see how it was all manufactured, what they do is they put a tiny bit of the whey protein in. And what they'll do is they'll spike it with branched chain amino acids. So branched chain amino acids, they pair with the protein to almost shunt the protein to your muscles. So what it does is it spikes it, so then when they test it, it comes back that it's actually 24 grams of protein, but they have only put 10 grams in. So you're thinking that you're getting 24 grams of protein, which is equivalent to like a small chicken breast, but really you're getting small amounts and you're getting all these fillers, and then you're wondering why you're getting bunged up and you're not feeling your best. Is because you don't realize what's hidden inside. So I want to talk a little bit about pharmaceuticals in regards to supplements. So depending on where you're buying your supplements, there's 2 different categories. So there's food grade supplements and then there's pharmaceutical grade. So a lot of places, say Shoppers, for example, GNC, Popeyes, any supplement stores, they're all food grade products. So they're under the GMP, which is Food Manufacturer Practices. So what that means is it's only required to have about 20% of what they say on the label that's actually in the product. So I'm going to repeat that again. Only 20% needs to be in the product that's claimed on the label. So I'm just going to give an example so it's easier to understand. When you buy a box of cookies, for example, on the back it's going to say 10 grams of sugar per cookie. But every cookie that you take out has a different amount of chocolate chips, for example. So one cookie might have 5 chocolate chips, the next might have 20 chocolate chips. So how can you claim that they all have 10 grams because they all have different varieties in it? So same thing with a vitamin C capsule, for example. If it's food grade, it might only have 5 grams of vitamin C in this capsule and then 20 grams in the next capsule. So there's no consistency across the board, and then you're not meeting your health and wellness goals is because your body isn't consistent. It's still doing the yo-yo effect. So really be careful of what you're buying and making sure that it's not food grade, low-end supplements, it's high-end good pharmaceutical supplements. Because pharmaceutical supplements, they're so strictly regulated by the FDA that they have to have 100% of what they claim on the label actually in the product. So a lot of people don't know that, but in order for them to have it, a lot of it's not even on the shelves, it's behind the shelves, is because it has to be 100% of what they say. It's a little bit more pricey, but at least you're getting what you're paying for. So this is my favorite quote. So every 35 days, your skin replaces itself, your liver is about a month, your body makes these new cells from the foods that you eat. So you literally become what you eat. They become you. You have a choice of what you're made of. So really be cautious of what you're putting in your body because your cells are repairing and it's using that food as fuel to repair and to create new cells. So if you're putting garbage in your food, your body's going to create garbage cells. If you're putting fresh whole foods in your body, it's going to create fresh healthy cells. So it's something to think about. So then the question comes to mind, are your cells getting the nutrients that they need? So again, are you just throwing random stuff in the cart? Are you reading the food labels? Are you just looking at the pretty pictures that's on the box? Are you buying organic? Are you buying foods full of pesticides, full of fillers? So really be aware that your cells need these nutrients in order to thrive and in order to be healthy. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about oxidation. So it's almost like the rusting of your car. So as time goes by, your car will slowly rust and it'll break down and you'll see holes come out and things like that, and it's slowly breaking away. So that's what oxidation is in the body. So as you can see here, this is what a healthy cell looks like. When you consume a typical fast food meal or some kind of processed meal, this is what your cell will look like. So it's slowly getting damaged. And then when we're adding the healthy foods or we're adding our supplements or the antioxidants back in, then it's slowly repairing, but you're never fully back to the healthy cell state because it can never fully repair itself to 100%. So what you need to be aware of is that oxidation is all around us all the time. Sometimes it's hard to get away from it, but just by supplementing properly and eating healthy, you're gonna decrease the rate of it speeding up to here and having all these damaged unhealthy cells in your body. So where does this oxidation come from? It comes from a number of different places. So pollution is number one. There's pollution all around us all the time. A lot of people don't realize that's actually breaking down our cells, making us very unhealthy. Stress. Who here experiences stress? I'm sure everyone in the room does. So stress is huge for oxidation. It really breaks down the cells and causes that almost like the browning effect to your cells and damages them. So stress is huge. Radiation, everyone here has a cell phone, iPad. It's a digital world nowadays. Radiation's around us all the time. So remember that every time you pick up that phone and you answer that call, it's adding oxidation into the body. So it's slowly breaking down the cells. So if you're eating sugary fast foods all the time, you're always around pollution, you're always around stress, you're always around your cell phones, your body never has a chance to be fully healthy. So at least if you supplement properly, eat properly, de-stress, it's gonna decrease that rate of your body breaking down and having that oxidation effect. And then again, toxins. So toxins in regards to pesticides that are in the foods that we eat. So I try my hardest to eat all organic to get away from those pesticides and all the hormones. Another big one is exercise. Everyone thinks that exercise is so good for you and you need to be exercising all the time. Like I'd mentioned before, 30 minutes is enough per day. You don't have to go overboard. A lot of people will work out like crazy 4 hours a day, and that's really, exercise is stress on the body, if you think of it that way. So if you're working out 4 hours a day, that's added stress onto the body on top of all the other stress that you have. And then if you're not fueling your body afterwards properly, or you're not supplementing properly, then it's just increasing the oxidation process and breaking your body down even quicker. And that's when you'll notice a lot of people at a young age, they look very old, they look very wrinkled, and that's the oxidation. It's coming out and you can see it, just like the rusting of the car, you can see it through the outside of the car. So what is the solution then? The solution is antioxidants. So has anyone made guacamole before? Yeah, everyone's made guacamole, I'm sure, it's delicious. So guacamole, what we normally do when we make guacamole is we will squirt some kind of lemon or lime on top, and that slows down the browning process. So that when you have company come over, it's not brown, looks like it's rotting, been sitting there all day, it looks appetizing. So that's what antioxidants do to the body. It slows down that oxidation process and that browning effect of the body. So we really need to be adding antioxidants in our daily nutrition in order to slow that process down. So antioxidants come from foods rich in color. So blueberries, spinach, anything that's bright color is very, very high in antioxidants. And they're essential for maintaining cellular health. So making sure that you're getting in as many antioxidants as you can throughout the day is just gonna benefit you and just gonna help you live a longer life. Supplementation, a lot of people say, oh, it's not necessary, it's just a luxury. You don't need to supplement. But are you getting the nutrients that you really need? Your body needs a recommended of 400 IUs of vitamin E per day. So that equals to about 28.8 pounds of spinach. I know for myself, I'm very healthy and there's no way I'm getting in 28.8 pounds of spinach per day. So it's just going back to saying that it's not just a luxury, it is a necessity. And especially living in Canada, we're very, very deficient in vitamin D, especially the winter months. So everyone should be supplementing vitamin D all the time. We need a minimum of about 500 IUs of vitamin D per day. So that's at least getting 15 minutes of full sunlight will give you that effect. And there's a number of different foods. If anyone has questions, they can ask me about that after. But just going back, it is necessity. So another thing that's really important to be optimally healthy is rest and elimination of toxins. Rest and relaxation are a key to eliminating toxins in the body. The goal for everyone is to get anywhere from 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night and undisturbed. So I know a lot of you have kids, your cell phone rings in the middle of the night, that doesn't count. If you get 4 hours and your phone rings, then you only got 4 hours. Because it's undisturbed sleep, because as soon as your body wakes up, or if you wake up to go to the washroom, for example, your body isn't detoxing anymore. It's stopped because it's functioning, because it reads that you're up and you're functioning for the day. So that detox effect and that cleansing of the body isn't working anymore. So ideally you need anywhere from 7 to 9 hours for that cleansing, that detoxification of the body to get all the foods out. Your body creates the most amount of melatonin naturally between 10 and 11 p.m. So if anyone knows what melatonin is, it's just a natural hormone in the body to help you fall asleep. So a lot of people say, oh, well, I can never fall asleep. Well, when are you going to bed? 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, because you've already missed that window for the natural melatonin to be created. So that's why you're not able to get those hours of sleep in. And also don't watch TV, use cellular devices, iPads within 30 minutes of going to sleep, because the blue light that are in our electronic devices actually disrupts the creation of that natural melatonin. So trying to avoid those things right before you go to bed is going to help you get those full, restful night sleeps that are undisturbed. Hydration. So hydration is key for eliminating different toxins. Drinking plenty of water is the best way to fight off disease. Flushing out the toxins will also keep your gut healthy and strong and will increase your immunity. So your immunity actually comes from your gut. And if your gut's not healthy, then you can't be optimally healthy, because you have garbage sitting in there. It's actually going to start coming up and full through your body. So flushing it out is the best way to keep healthy, keep your immunity high. It's also going to make you feel better because you're not having like that garbage and waste sitting inside of you, all those chemicals and toxins. My recommendation is anywhere from 2 to 3 liters per day. And also remember that coffee and tea take away from that. So say you have 3 coffees a day, you actually have to add in an extra 2 glasses of water per coffee in order to make up for that. So just remember, if you're drinking coffee throughout the day and you're not drinking water, you're actually harming your body. So make sure that you're adding extra water just to flush everything out. So now I ask, what is your own action plan? What are you gonna start incorporating in your own life in order to have optimal health and well-being? Are you gonna try and get 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night? Are you just gonna increase your water intake? Are you gonna start exercising regularly? Are you gonna start eating more organic, less processed foods? Everyone has their own goals, and start small. Don't overwhelm yourself and have a huge checklist and try to achieve it. Start small and add 1 thing in per week, and that's gonna give you like the best bang for your buck, and then you're gonna be optimally healthy. So my dream is to see the world free of disease. I want everyone to have true health and happiness. And my goal is also to educate every single person that I come into contact with on proper nutrition, supplementation in order to have optimal health. Everything we do helps you love life and live it. So if anyone has any questions afterwards on supplementation, nutrition, I would love to give you advice. Yes, thank you so much. I'm going to bring Steve right back up.
Do we have any questions?
Does anyone have any questions? Yes, but you'll have me after? Okay, perfect.
That was wonderful.